video, I'm gonna be comparing AkM versus Barrel M762, and let's find out which gun is the boss. One of the most popular and deadly cartridges in the game is the 7.62mm M1. The guns which use 7.62mm are AkM, M762, Mk14, Kar98 and many more, while the most preferred assault rifles among these are AkM and M762. However, there has always been a debate about the efficacies of AkM and M762. On that note, let me have a look at which is the better gun between the two. But before we get started, make sure you drop a like because this time my brother challenged me that I won't even get 5k likes, please prove him wrong. Alright, let's get started. First things first, similarities. M762 is also called Barrel in PUBG. Both AkM and Barrel use 7.62 ammo. In addition, these two guns are very powerful and effective in close combat and medium-range combat. Besides, players can use similar attachments for both Barrel and AkM, such as mag, scope, and muzzles. In addition, M762 and AkM have the same ammo speed of 715 meters per second. The effective ranges of these two weapons are similar, from 0 to 1000 meters. Next, AkM and Barrel have the same number of bullets in an ammo load, 30 without the mag and 40 with extended mag. Besides, the reloading speed of these two guns is also the same, 2.9 seconds without quick-draw mag and 2.25 seconds with a quick-draw mag. Moreover, the spawning rate of AkM and Barrel in all four maps of the game is not different. You can easily find an AkM or a Barrel when landing on Miramar, Erangel, Sanhok, or Vikendi. So these were some few similarities of these two guns, and now let's talk about their differences. However, Barrel M762 and AkM have many differences. Let me explain it. Damage and DPS. The very first criterion to compare two weapons is the damage. The damage of AkM is a little higher than that of Barrel M762. In 10-meter range, the body damage of AkM is 49, while it's 47 in Barrel M762. And here is a practical example. Here in this clip, I tried to burst a UAZ using these two guns, as comparison of which can take less bullets to burst it. So here we go. So, it took AkM 42 bullets to make that vehicle explode. Now let's try this with M762. Okay, so here we go. As you can see, for Barrel it took 44 bullets to make it explode. So for damage rate, AkM is the boss. Besides, the headshot damage of AkM is 115.1, and Barrel's headshot damage is 110.4. The damage also declines when your enemies wear helmets and military vest. But the power of AkM is still a little larger. Damage per second, DPS, is another criterion to compare M762 and AkM. Although AkM has bigger damage, this AR gun has lower DPS than Barrel. The DPS of AkM is 490, while Barrel M762 causes 546 DPS. It's because of the higher firing rate of the Barrel gun. Therefore, is the auto mode, M762 can be stronger than AkM if you can control it well and shoot correctly. But in a single firing mode, AkM is better. Firing rate. As mentioned in the first criterion, Barrel M762 has a higher firing rate than AkM. The gap time between the first and the second bullet of Barrel is 0.086 seconds, while in AkM, it takes 0.1 seconds. It means that the firing rate of AkM is 600 bullets per minute. Meanwhile, Barrel's firing rate is up to 698 bullets per minute. That's also the reason why M762's recoil is larger than AkM in auto mode. But in the single mode, AkM is more difficult to control. Firing mode. Comparing M762 versus AkM PUBG in the firing mode, it seems that M762 surpasses AkM. There are only two firing modes in AkM, including single and auto. But Barrel M762 has another burst firing mode besides single and auto as normal. In burst mode, the gun releases 3 bullets per shot. And the gap time between each bullet is 0.012 seconds. Attachments. In this criterion, Barrel M762 once again surpasses AkM when it has one more attachment slot than AkM. There are only 3 attachment slots in AkM, including mag, muzzle, and scope. Meanwhile, the barrel M762 has 4 slots, including 3 slots like in the AkM, and a slot for the grip. You are recommended to attach a vertical grip to this gun to reduce the recoil and control it better. Iron sight. The iron sight of the AkM is easier to use than M762. It's clearer with the less covered areas when you aim with the iron sight. But in barrel M762, the covered area is pretty larger. So, if you cannot find a scope or red dot to attach, you should use AkM for better aiming with an iron sight. Skins. As a fan of PUBG or PUBG Mobile, you should know that AkM has more skins than M762. It's because AkM came to this game sooner than M762. Therefore, the game publisher, as well as players, seems to favor the AkM over the barrel gun. It's understandable when AkM has accompanied with PUBG players right from the first days of this game. Now let's find out which attachments is best and suitable for these guns. For AkM, it is pretty simple that compensator and extended quick draw will be enough. But for barrel, there is an extra slot for grips. So, for the grip many player uses the half grip, which is absolutely wrong. I don't understand what's the point of using a half grip on a gun which has a lot of recoil. In my opinion, we should use vertical grip. The best option for this gun is the vertical grip because it really helps with the recoil in the M762. With this you'll have a better control over the spray and will be able to spray better. And if you use half grip in guns like barrel, then it will shake your aim a lot during a mid-range combat. If you don't believe me, then you can simply go to the training ground and check it by yourself. And now, let's have a closer look in which gun has the most firing speed. This time, I'm using barrel first with all its attachments. So let's start. As you have seen, barrel took 4 seconds to spray 40 bullets. And now let's try this with AkM with all its attachments. So as you can see, AkM takes 5 seconds to spray 40 bullets, which is 1 second slower than M762. So, in firing speed, barrel beats AkM. At the end, I would like to say that M762 is raw accuracy and AkM is raw power. Both guns are best in their own way. Like for close range, barrel would be more effective than AkM, but that doesn't mean AkM is not good in close range. AkM is a beast too, but my point is barrel can make a bit difference in close range than AkM. Both guns are excellent for close combat. However, it depends on the player, like how much that player is familiar with these two guns. Like I am a lot familiar with AkM, so I always prefer AkM over barrel. And that's because I know everything about AkM and its recoil and damage. So if you are better at something, then no one can beat you, even if that person has at M249. Because I personally never uses any drop weapons. I use a combo of M416 and AkM. And these two guns are enough for me, as I mastered these two guns. Mastering a gun also a point here, I have also destroyed M249 with my AkM. So it depends on the players too before comparing any weapons. Alright guys, these were the proper comparison between AkM and M762. My like aim is 5k, I hope you will do it. So I will see you in the next one, peace out.